To be chased by something scary, Jen, but people love it.
Oh, I love it.
You do?
Yeah. In Kansas City, it was a great horror scene there. So the worlds of fun, that would transform into the Halloween haunt. So
right.
You'd be standing in line for a ride, and they would just come out of nowhere and just chase you. So the entire theme park is immersive in it.
I'm not cool with it, but I think people love it because they like being scared. But at the end of the day, they know they're going to go home like safely in their beds and they'll be alive. Unlike the movies
they hope.
They hope. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about your forecast in case you're trying to get into the spooky spirit. Unfortunately, we are starting to warm up, so we're not quite seeing those cooler temperatures that we were seeing for the past few days. Taking a look at satellite and radar, we're starting to see some of that increased cloud cover, rain showers just closer towards northern Mississippi, Alabama, but looking in just a little bit closer towards home, things mostly quiet. We're starting to see some of that light cloud cover beginning to push through. We were expecting that cold front to come in and hopefully knock down our temperatures, but not quite the case with that. Instead, what we're going to start to see is just increased cloud cover, increased rough surf with more of some southerly winds heading later on into this afternoon and this evening. Temperatures right now beginning to warm up, seeing more of those lower to mid 60s out there, already beginning to see more of those lower 70s making an appearance outside. And then the dew points, they're resting in the upper 50s, the lower to mid 60s. Just a few days ago, these are resting in the 40s and the 50s, so less of that very dry air in place, slowly starting to introduce more of that humidity. Now, over the next few hours, temperatures will continue to warm up, really expecting us to max out around average for this time of year. This is how we should be feeling for mid to late October, seeing temperatures maxing out in the mid to upper 70s, and then by the time we make it later on into this evening, dipping down to the upper 60s by the time we get closer towards 8 o'clock. Now, these temperatures, even warmer ones, are on the way in comparison to what we have been seeing. Heading closer towards the weekend, we'll start to notice some warmer temperatures out there, but still staying sunny and dry. I'll have a full look at your extended outlook and what you can expect for the weekend. All that's coming up soon. Joe. Degrees, dew points upper 50s, and so it's feeling nice, but we will continue to warm up, especially in comparison to yesterday, heading further on into today. Now, timing things out in our futurecast, starting to see increased cloud cover. That trend will continue heading into today. Isolated showers possible, especially higher chances closer towards the Florida Panhandle. But even as we make our way into the rest of today, it's not going to be high enough to put on the 7-day outlook or disrupt anything outside. Might just notice a few of those isolated sprinkles, but that's about it. As we do take a look at today's temperatures, we're going to be maxing out in the mid to upper 70s, feeling pleasant out there and actually feeling like we're at the middle to end of October. We're a lot closer to average for this time of year. Just 2 days ago, we maxed out, or we dropped by 10 degrees for our average temperatures. So feeling closer to that heading into today. Taking a look at the rip current risk in case you're heading on down towards the coast. Low rip current risk today. By tomorrow, that bumps up to moderate. We still have that front coming through, and so winds are going to be shifting out of the south, and so we'll start to see some of that increased surf by tomorrow. However, drops back down to low, or by Saturday, however, drops back down to low. That surf height today around 1 foot. Water temperature pretty neck and neck for the same temperature, air and water. Now, as you check in on the tropics, we have tropical storm Tammy. Tammy forming just yesterday afternoon at that 4 p.m. advisory from the National Hurricane Center. Right now, those sustained winds 60 miles per hour, moving west-northwest at 15 miles per hour. And the Lesser Antilles is going to have to keep a close eye on the system as it does approach closer as a tropical storm. But we are expecting it to strengthen into a hurricane potentially heading into the weekend before curving back out into the central Atlantic, becoming a problem for the fish as we make our way into next week. Now, coming up in just a little bit, I'm going to talk more about your forecast, what you can expect in the long range, even heading into next week. All that's coming up soon. Chelsea.